Hey y'all, you already know how it is. It's the guy here, and we're gonna do a quick liquid video I'm spending at Dr. Monty's. I'm gonna show y'all my stats real quick, and we're gonna have a quick little talk or whatever about CoD Ghost. Alright, so I'm gonna be showing y'all my stats, and I'm gonna immediately start the Dr. Monty spending with the liquids afterwards. So, and as I'm doing that, I'm going to be talking about COD Ghost. Alright. So, pretty sure if y'all have been on my channel for long enough, you guys already know that Call of Duty Ghost is one of my favorite CODs, and that's the COD when my skill level really got up there. In skill level, that was the game in skill where my skill actually took a big jump compared to Black Ops 2. It took an incredible leap. And with that leap, it was a leap that a lot of my friends were waiting for, and that honestly I feel like that really allowed the start for the clan to happen. That didn't happen, yeah, if me and my bro didn't have a big jump in skill, doesn't seem like that would have happened. So I definitely want to say COD Ghost probably has to be in my top 5 for favorite CODs, at least personally for me, because that was the game that I played the best in technically. And the thing is, it's a very controversial COD game because a lot of people hated it, and I was always somebody who always stood up for that COD game. I always stood up for that COD game. I always defended it when people said, "Oh, no, the game is trash. That's so fake. This, that, and the third." And here, and I just want to explain myself. And honestly, I want to mention something that a lot of people, I feel like, didn't understand about the game. Things that other CODs were lacking that, in my opinion, make it a good game. First, to start off, I want to talk about hit detection in Call of Duty Ghost. And when I mention hit detection in this game, I'm going to mention that one. Alright. Now, a lot of people are probably going to say this isn't true. But to be honest, the hit detection in Call of Duty Ghost was one of the best in the history of COD up until that point. Honestly, still now, the hit detection in COD Ghost was the best in the history of COD games that we've had. And the reason why I say that is because we've had COD games that if you use different types of guns, you use different types of attachments on certain guns, hit detection is off. You can be playing on a perfect connection. You can be playing with different hosts. You can be playing in a custom game. You can be playing with your friends, and either you would either eventually run into occasional lag spikes. You would either run into some guns that you would hit fire at somebody and bullets wouldn't hit the person. You would run into bullets being skipped. You would shoot, and like I said, the bullet left your gun but the bullet wouldn't arrive at its target. Like there is there are a lot of COD games like that where that's the case. Was either with some guns or that's just how the game happens to be in general. And with that being said, like with that being said, just once I really think, all right, honestly, COD Ghost compared to BO2, for instance, right? In BO2, hit detection was pretty solid in most times, but BO2 was a game that's known to have a lot of lag at times. Like if you're not playing with a host with perfect connection, it would lag. Most people would end up in lobbies where, or you would have a couple people at 4 bars, and everybody else is on 3 bars, and the lag didn't seem like it was affecting your game, but low key it probably was. Some gunfights you feel like should have went your way, but there was no lag. There was no lag spike. No, you probably lost because you shot a bullet that didn't end up hitting its target due to the fact that he's playing on 4 bars because of host lag, because he's the host, and maybe he's in a party with people, so they're playing, so their connections are better compared to you, who's only on 3 bars. Which, in my opinion, from what I've experienced and from what my friends have experienced, that happens. Black Ops 1, Lag Ops 1. Black Ops 1 hit detection was terrible. It was a terrible hit detection game, period. And compared to COD Ghost, I would take COD Ghost any day. Only due to the fact, if it was just due to the fact that I know that when I aim at somebody and shoot at them, one, my bullets will leave my gun right away, and my bullets will hit my target as fast as the fire rate on my gun allows it to. In Lag Ops 1, that was not always the case. Honestly, Lag Ops 1, it's named Lag Ops 1 because there were so many guns with certain attachments, just guns period, just the whole game. Hit detection was bad. You would aim at people, you would shoot, especially from range, unless you're using an LMG or an AR, a lot of bullets would just skip and go to different planets and all that, and it'd be incredibly crazy, just incredibly crazy. And what I want to say is, in that honestly, you guys got to think back to that's something very important to COD, the ability to use any weapon and play with anybody and play the way you play and have your guns hit your target. Like that that's a fundamental in COD. That's truly a fundamental in COD. Something that all COD games should have perfectly, like it's something that they should have down. Especially now that it seems like people are gonna be playing the games a lot more earlier. There's gonna be a lot more betas, hopefully. So that definitely we're all gonna want the chance to play properly or poorly due to skill, not due to the fact that, oh, the game's just laggy. Nobody likes that. That's pretty annoying. And the next thing I'm gonna mention, which was another reason why I honestly truly loved Call of Duty Ghost, would have to be Extinction. The third game mode, Extinction. Extinction was a one. It was something new. It was something creative that nobody's ever we had what was the name of that game mode? We had what was the name of it? Oh, we had survival. we had zombies, and now we have aliens. Mind you, it's not like there was no story mode for the game mode Aliens. I mean, Extinction had a game mode. Like, it's a story that if you played all maps, you understood. If you unlocked all the secret little voice messages and things of that nature, you understood the story, and it was a pretty interesting story that honestly I fell in love with. Like, I really got caught up in that story, and it's something that I want to see continue, which is why I'm looking forward to Call of Duty Ghost 2, and I'm not confirming anything, but I'm just saying that in my personal opinion, there's a high chance that they're gonna do that, or if they don't do that, the next COD game made by Infinity Ward will have Extinction in it. But I will go into that toward the end of the video later on with that. Extinction. Alright, unlike Call of Duty Ghost Zombies, I mean, unlike Treyarch Zombies, unlike the previous Survival, well, similar to the previous Survival, I guess, but the only difference, here's a little difference. You can use your points to call ammo for your team, and you can do this however many times you want. You can call in different types of ammo for your team, that the whole team can get, as long as you have enough points for it. And it wasn't costing like incredibly crazy amounts of money. I mean, of points. Like, it was nothing, nowhere close to that. Nothing that crazy. Like, another thing you could do is you could use score streaks to help you defeat the cryptids, or what they were called, to help you defeat the cryptids. Mind you, the maps were large maps. All of them were pretty much large maps that were contained within a state that you had to travel to the end of, and sometimes back, drilling hives, killing cryptids. And mind you, there's different types of cryptids, not like with zombies where there's just like a few. There's normal zombies, and then there's just like boss zombies. Like, there's a couple of like different types of zombies. With that being said, like, Extinction was definitely a great game mode. It didn't have many unfair lag issues that would cause people to end up dying or failing missions. Unlike zombies, mind you guys, I'm not beating on zombies. I'm not saying, oh, what's wrong with it and why people shouldn't be in support of zombies. No, I love zombies a lot too. Don't get me wrong, but honestly, I love Extinction more, and I'm willing to stand up for the game and the Extinction game mode especially, because I feel like that was a very vital part of the game. Extinction, unlike Treyarch Zombies, up until Black Ops 3, had a ranking up system, was prestigious, similar to Black Ops 3. And honestly, I think that is an idea that Treyarch bit off of Infinity Ward. And I'm not saying, oh, that's true, but there are some people who say, oh, if Infinity Ward does something, or if Sledgehammer does something after Treyarch or after Infinity Ward does it, they bit off of them. They took their idea. And if you're one of those people who say that, and you're watching this, then hey, maybe it's true that Treyarch bit off of Infinity Ward with that idea. And I know it's so hard for Treyarch fans to believe that, because Treyarch fans are honestly really, really prideful, which is gonna lead into my next mini subject as to why I think COD Ghost was a good game that didn't get a lot of the respect that it deserved. Was bias towards Treyarch games, and a lot of Treyarch fans may not see this, and they'll say, oh, the reason why feel that way is not because I'm biased. It's just truly because Treyarch games are better. Now, every Treyarch fan after Black Ops 2 was very much in support of more Treyarch games, of past Treyarch games, and they were less supportive of Infinity Ward games. And honestly, if you think about it, look at YouTubers, look at your friends or whatever, it's true. Because after Black Ops 1, there were a lot of Treyarch fans who were very optimistic about Modern Warfare 3. That's just facts. That's just that's just the that's just the subject that's just the fact of the matter. A lot of COD fans were very optimistic about Modern Warfare 3 after Black Ops 1 because at the time Treyarch they just made a bad game. Well, they made an okay game, and there's a lot of YouTubers talking about the negatives of that game. Who went into MW3, a great COD game, to be honest. I love that game. Definitely a great COD game that has to go in the top 3 at least in history of COD. Great COD game. People were optimistic about it because they made a great game in Infinity Ward at the time. And Treyarch had just finished making a pretty okay game with a lot of flaws. And very few like positives in it. And I feel like that Treyarch bias that was created with the great game that was Black Ops 2 had definitely leaned a lot of the Call of Duty fan base towards Treyarch and Treyarch Zombies, Treyarch Multiplayer, Treyarch Campaign, and everything they do. And anything Treyarch and anything anti-Infinity Ward, anti-Sledgehammer, honestly, it has moved a lot of the COD community towards that too. Because of every little flaw that past Infinity Ward games had. People are gonna always bring that up now. Because honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. Black Ops 2 is pretty much a perfect game besides like a couple things, probably only like 5 things made that game flawed. Overall, made it flawed. Only like a couple things. And I feel like with that bias being around now, it's very, very hard for people to look at other COD games that are made by both Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer differently. I feel like it's very hard for people to honestly look at this game and say, look, honestly, this is something that this game doesn't have. This is honestly a pretty good idea that I hope future CODs have. And I'm gonna dig deeper into ideas such as that COD Ghost had implemented into it that I think people totally forgot about once a dub had come out. Something that this game had that was good that nobody misses besides me. I'm guessing it wasn't something that people liked despite how helpful it was. Like, alright, so my next topic is gonna be gun balancing in Call of Duty Ghost compared to older CODs. And Call of Duty Ghost, they added how many DLC guns? There was the Maverick Sniper, the Maverick Assault Rifle, and the Ripper. Yeah, that was about it. They added 3 assault. They added 3 new guns to the game. And all those guns were nerfed pretty quick. Yeah, they were all nerfed the week after they came out due to the fact that they were all overpowered, basically. when they came out compared to the other guns. They're all very overpowered in their own little sense. And that's something that from COD Ghost and past CODs, it wasn't something that you saw often. In Modern Warfare 2, the UMP, even now, if you go back, is still OP and you can outgun other guns with it. The intervention is still a pretty OP sniper compared to all the other snipers in that game. The oh, this camera looks pretty nice. Right, oh, well, I'm still on that camera. Alright, I'm about to put out the in Modern Warfare 3, right? Alright, let me think of a gun that's overpowered in Modern Warfare 3. Damn, I haven't played that game in a minute now. Damn, I haven't played that game in so long. What gun was overpowered or too strong? I think that game was pretty balanced, so I'll just move on to BO2. Alright, in BO2, you have the Scorpion EVD, which isn't fully overpowered, but in most close quarters gunfights and in pretty much a lot of mid-range gunfights, that varying on what attachments you have on, the Scorpion EVD would win a gunfight against one single person, almost every single time from close. Every single time from close, if you aimed half of your bullets in that clip on the person, you would get that kill. And if you had the right attachment at medium range, you would get to win a lot of gunfights too. Why? The fire rate is so incredibly high on the Scorpion EVD that there's really nothing you can do when you enter a gunfight with it if you can aim decently with it. And that was something that was recognized early in the life cycle, and it stayed like that throughout. And even now, if you go back, the Scorpion EVD's fire rate is still ridiculously high. Nothing really changed about it. Same another gun, the Raffica in Modern Warfare 2. That pistol, honestly, you can beat a lot of, mind you, the Raffica's a pistol. You can beat a lot of other assault rifles, SMGs, LMG, snipers, a lot of those guns at mid-range and close range with that pistol. Like the Raffica pistol in MW2 was pretty legit, especially akimbo, if you knew how to use it. Like it's pretty legit. There was very hard to stop somebody who knew how to use a Raffica well, and it was a gun that, honestly, in my opinion, is a bit too OP for a pistol, and something that they never changed. Now, I'm gonna bring it back to COD Ghost. Call of Duty Ghost. Guns were balanced out pretty quickly whenever a gun was too OP, whenever a gun was too good, or whatever you guys want to call a gun that's just shines, it just sticks out from all the others. They were immediately fixed glitches in that game. COD Ghost honestly didn't have a lot of multiplayer glitches that people took advantage of. Like, it didn't really have any. It didn't really. It didn't really have any multiplayer glitches that were too annoying. All right, anything that nobody could really stop, or something that we couldn't fight back against. And that was just due to the fact that Infinity Ward, compared to Treyarch and all the others, they just patch glitches, honestly, immediately, or they balance out guns immediately. Compared to Treyarch and Sledgehammer, they let it hang for a little while until it's time for either the next map pack, or at least until it's almost time for another map pack. And honestly, I feel like that's something that you guys gotta appreciate. There are some COD games where you have one gun that is just extremely strong, and there's nothing you can do to fight it off. Throughout the life cycle of the whole game, when that happens, what are you gonna do? You can try complaining to them. Will they always listen to you? No. Not unless you get 1 million people to agree with you. Most times they don't always agree. But that's one thing I want to say about CoD Ghost that people should really appreciate about the game. The next thing I wanted to mention was the creator class system. And two things in particular were the way you earned attachments and the way perks were used in that game. And in CoD Ghost, wow, I really wanted that aftertaste. In CoD Ghost, you earned attachments basically by a system called squad points. If I remember correctly, it was squad points. And with squad points, straight off the bat, you could basically buy anything you wanted. Any gun, any perk, any attachment, any optic, any whatever you wanted. As long as you had enough squad points. You could earn squad points from doing numerous things. Like, you could honestly earn squad points from doing so many things. And honestly, there were a couple squad point glitches that lasted a while, that went a long time without being patched. And any good glitches that were really beneficial to people, they didn't patch right away. And they were like, all negative glitches were all immediately fixed. Which is, again, something I feel like you guys just gotta appreciate, because some COD games, if you really think about it, they don't fix glitches right away. Look at Advanced Warfare. How many out of map glitches were found that were never fixed? Look at COD 4 that still has out of map glitches that aren't fixed. Look at Modern Warfare 3, which still has like modded maps and I think there's only a couple out of map glitches in Modern Warfare 3 that still work. Black Ops 1, I don't think it has any out of map glitches online that still work without mods. But the fact that you can, as soon as you prestige, you can unlock every attachment you want. You can unlock any perk you want. Mind you, the perk system was beautiful. Unlike in this game where you have a limited amount of stuff you can hold within a creator class, you didn't really have that in COD Ghost. In COD Ghost, it worked like you had a limited amount of space for perks, and perks had different values. They were great, good must-need perks that costed like took up like 2 or 3 spaces, and you had a limit of 10 spaces. So basically, you can honestly run 10 perks. Then you could run 10 perks on one class. Which was another thing. In COD Ghost, you can change the perks that you have on each gun class instead of in every other COD game having to wait until after the game is done to change your classes, or at least to change the perks on your classes. Like, come on, guys, you can't really tell me that wasn't useful. That wasn't something that you recognized and used to your advantage. You know how much easier it was for YouTubers to make class setup videos when it wasn't just, oh, you watch a class setup video and you have multiple class slots, but I'm only allowed to use certain perks for all guns that I use, so I can't use this YouTuber's perfect class setup all the time because I can't just use this one gun. But on COD Ghost, that wasn't the case. If somebody made a perfect class setup, you can make that perfect class setup because your perks were limited to only that particular class, or you could change. You can copy that class over to another class slot and just use those same perks. And then the gun attachments were beautiful. Like the way they had their aim sights, the all the aim sights they had. I remember there was one called, I think there was the thermal hybrid sight. I know I loved that one, especially in Extinction. And then they had the holographic sight, which in Extinction I loved. I loved that one. Mainly online it was but in Extinction I loved it. The thermal hybrid I ran down online, as well as in Extinction whenever I would get it from the boxes, from those little crate stuff. And I feel like that's something that a lot of people forgot. The way the beautiful create class system was in COD Ghost. It was something that was overlooked. That was, in my opinion, something that we benefited from. Like there was really no flaws in it. And I know there's gonna be some people who love that grind and who will say, "Oh, I don't like just having my stuff straight off the bat. I love earning it." When honestly, I feel like you're dumb, because I'd rather have my stuff earlier. So basically, when I prestige, I don't like prestiging in COD Ghost was easy, and that's kind of a good and bad thing. It was easy because when you prestige, you didn't really. The only thing that really changed was your level. If you're like me, I had COD points for days. Like in one game, I'd probably earn 5. I mean, not COD points. I'd probably earn like 5 squad points at least within one game, every game. So every time I would within a single prestige, I would earn probably like 100 squad points, or maybe like 125 squad points. So I'd have enough to buy everything I need for the next prestige. And that makes prestiging extremely easy. It makes it extremely quick. All you have to be able to do is play the game at a consistent good skill level, and you would honestly reach prestige master pretty fast, or within the usual 7-day mark. If you don't reach prestige master within the usual 7-day mark that CODs have, or at least 7 to 8 days. If it takes 8, that's kind of like that means you prestige at that means you have a score per minute of probably under 200, which honestly isn't good. If you have a score limit of under 200, that means you're kind of like under what I would consider a basic COD player. But anyways, like prestiging was easier in that game due to the beautiful creator class system. Another thing I wanted to mention that was good about COD Ghost was the customization. COD Ghost had the most customization out of any other COD game. That's honestly just the truth, and it's something that you guys can't overlook and say, "Oh, well, that didn't happen. This game may not have had it, but it's not all that important." No, come on. Tell me how many of you guys in COD Ghost would always change y'all characters, try to unlock certain gears, or when you did unlock it, gotten excited and put it on, or if you didn't get crazy excited, you were at least intrigued by it and actually equipped the new gear you got. Like, come on. And then COD Ghost had so many challenges, and then like there was ways for you to find out your challenges, or like challenges that you were closer to completing than others. And that was something that at the time, that's actually the game that I think first introduced that the idea where like the objectives that you're close to completing, it shows you them in order, and then it puts them in like an order of, oh, what kind of objective it is. Like that, I think COD Ghost was the first game to have that. I know Black Ops 3 has it, but I know they weren't the first COD game to have that. Another thing that I want to mention that I didn't mention before, that I have forgotten to, is COD Ghost had the second most, well, all right, now the third, but at the time it had the most DLC guns added with 3. It had the most, I want to say the most downloadable content, but I think BO2 had more because they had a lot of customization packs and DLC. But I think they had more because they had like personalization packs for actual people, and then they had camos, and they had voice overs, and then they had the dog pack, the freaking wolf pack, and then they had the camos too, along with like different bundles of those. And then there was like viable outfits and things like that. So I'll probably say it probably had like the same, or maybe a little bit more or a little bit less, but they still had a good amount, a lot of customization stuff to buy compared to a lot of the CODs now. Still, I think Black Ops 1 and COD Ghost had the most like DLC content outside of map packs to buy that people were actually interested in buying. And I'm not gonna lie, COD Ghost didn't have the best camos. It didn't have the beautiful 3D effect camos that we were used to in BO2. But compared to any other COD game before then, I feel like the camos were pretty elite in that game. I feel like they were pretty good. Another thing I want to mention is the campaign in COD Ghost. Honestly, compared to Infinity Ward games, right? Oh my god, I'm tired. Alright, compared to Infinity Ward games, what am I talking about? I mean compared to Treyarch games, Infinity Ward always makes better campaigns. That's just how it's been. This is how it still is, and that's just pretty much, I think, how it's always gonna be, unless they just happen to have a big crazy change in things. And it's never a campaign. They never make a campaign that's too long to the point that, oh, it seems like you're never gonna finish. And it has a storyline that doesn't make sense. No. Infinity Ward games, especially CoD Ghost. But with Extinction, it wasn't like that. And with the CoD Ghost campaign, it's not like that. It's something that you can simply understand. And that's something I feel like makes CoD Ghost a great CoD game, especially up to its up until the end of its life cycle made it a good game. That it should honestly get more credit in the COD community for. Next one. My next reason is Clan Wars. Now, Treyarch. Treyarch, and this is something that Treyarch fans need to understand. Clan Wars is a way for non-MLG gamers but good COD players to group with their friends and basically find ways to get popular and get their names out there through Clan Wars, grinding with your clan, getting to that top division. Whether or not you have a YouTube channel for it or you guys are just known for being online and wrecking people in different game modes, especially so that maybe even famous YouTubers have seen you play and talk or maybe even complain about you guys. The Clan War gives an opportunity for that to happen. It's not the same to just have friends, have a clan tag and go out, but when there's an actual objective, when there's an actual reward for doing that, when there's actual ranks, when there's actual divisions for it, not just a tag, not just earning XP and earning a W, when there's actually more to it, when it feels like you're actually a part of a tournament, it feels like there's actual other competition, when you can actually go up. In COD Ghost, there was actually a Clan Wars game mode where you would actually go up against quote unquote clans. Like, they weren't always clans. I feel like they should find a way to limit it so that it's like only clans against other clans. They had something where it was clan versus clan, and then it would be clan objectives, but eventually they took clan versus clan out of the game, at least on Xbox 360. Why? I don't know. I'm not sure. It was something that I always wanted to do with my clan, but we had never gotten the chance to, thanks to the fact that they had taken it out of the game and never put it back. But Clan Wars is something that COD Ghost continued from Modern Warfare 3, that it wasn't as popular as it was in COD Ghost, but it was an idea that Infinity Ward started and they continued. And because they had continued it in COD Ghost, it grew. It grew. And trust me, when I looked on my guns at those camos that they had for clans, it made me want to just go out there with my bros during a clan war and just grind my ass off. That's how I felt. But I can't do that in a game that doesn't have clan wars. You're just grinding out that max level, nothing more, nothing less. And that's something that I think people remember it, but for people, since there are a lot of people who don't participate in clan wars, or they don't have like official clans, they just participate in temporary clans. For them, it's not as important. But for someone like me who's in a permanent clan, who I'm gonna probably be in until like the day I die, where eventually, like, sometimes the name of my clan has changed over time from when I first made it in Modern Warfare 3. But it's basically been the same groups of people. We do pick up some new people, we lose people. It's all the same, but we stay true to our goals. We always grind out together. We always practice together. We have teammate chemistry, like things that MLG teams have. We try to establish within ourselves, thanks to the idea of clan wars. Before Modern Warfare 3 and CoD Ghost, the idea of clan wars wasn't even, it didn't go past anything besides just a clan tag. Like, now we have actual game modes for it and actual divisions for it, and people can actually participate in it, and there's apps for it. People actually download those apps and actually play. I feel like that's something incredible that people forget, that COD Ghost helped instill in COD players. And the last thing is gonna be field orders. I don't know if you guys were very fond of field orders. I feel like field orders were helpful. They helped out people when they were having a bad game. They helped out people who were having a good game. It gave you free XP, honestly. Like, they could honestly have been a boosting method if you just kept getting it, dying, getting it, dying, getting it, dying. Like, that was free. That was a free how much VC? 100 VC just for picking it up, and then actually completing it with a free score streak. Technically, because most of the time it did involve getting a kill. Wait, all the time it did involve getting a kill, and sometimes it would be either a basic score streak or it would be an actual score streak that was crazy OP that changed the whole map. Honestly, I loved that, changing the whole map aspect that the game had. It was called dynamic events. COD Ghost was the first game to have dynamic map events. That in a dub they had it too, and you could actually turn it on and off in settings in custom games. But COD Ghost was the first game to have that. And there some people who weren't fond of it. There's people who were fond of the idea of field orders, but just not like the whole map changing. But the whole map would end up changing due to the field order itself. And I feel like the field orders was a great thing to add. It was something that people would like low key as they're playing for the objective. Like me, you would get it, and it would be like a mini objectives to try and get and complete. And then if you completed it, it would be something that could help your team out tremendously if you completed the field orders, especially if it was Dom or drop zone. Getting that field orders and finishing it, and getting there was the sailboats that was shooting missiles. That was pretty good. There was the chem strike one that was pretty OP. There was one that would blow up that bridge on that one map. That one was pretty good. I think the name of that map was Containment, if I remember clearly. I hated it, but the field orders for it was wicked. There was the one with the Predator that nobody could forget, that got you. If you knew how to use the Predator, you could honestly get like 20 kills with it, because if you got a lot of kills with it from running around, and then when you went down with it, it would basically spawn a chem strike that would kill the whole enemy team, no matter where they were at. Like, it was pretty useful. And field orders, I just feel like it was something, a small thing that really changed the game that people overlooked. And guys, those are all reasons that I feel like you should really reevaluate the way you think of COD Ghost and really think, wow, maybe compared to this COD or that COD, just overall, this COD wasn't all that bad. Like, this COD was a pretty solid game that I wouldn't mind playing again come November of this year. That's when COD 2016 comes out. And I'm honestly hoping it is, because I'm ready to go back to play that game. I'm ready to go back and finish the campaign, find out what happens to Rourke, find out what happens to, what was his name, Adam or something. I forgot what happened, what their names are. I haven't played the game in so long. I want to find out what happens to Samantha Cross. I want to find out what happens to planet Earth. And I want to know what happens to the ancestors and everybody else who's in Extinction. Like, it's the game COD Ghost to. Honestly, I feel like you guys should all, if y'all watch this video, tweet to Infinity Ward that you guys are in support of COD Ghost 2, because I definitely am. I'm pumped no matter what game it is, because I am a COD fan before I am an Infinity Ward fan or an Extinction fan or a Zombies fan or a multiplayer fan or somebody who just plays campaign. I'm a COD fan before all of that. So at the end of the day, I'm going to be getting COD 2016, but I'm definitely would be even in more support if they make COD Ghost 2. Well, y'all, that's just my personal opinions on COD Ghost. Definitely tell me how y'all feel in the comment section down below. Y'all already know I would appreciate if y'all smash that like button, please. I am up right now at 12:51 a.m. Monday morning, because I don't have school today, because I'm not going to school today. And everybody else is sleeping, and I'm still up, and I'm tired, and I have a whole bunch of other videos ready to be uploaded for y'all that I did this weekend. I did so many COD videos this weekend since the playoffs. My small forward account ended, as I said I would do for y'all. I already told y'all when that ends, I'm gonna be uploading a lot more COD. So definitely like this video, share it, do whatever. I would really appreciate y'all. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate y'all. And I want to thank y'all for all the support and the future support to come. And until next time, you already know, it's the K-Star of God signing out. Peace.